But let's introduce a new segment here, Cleavon. And the segment is I got it wrong. I got it wrong. And there's a couple things that I was really passionate about that I'm gonna bring up. The first being when I get as I mentioned earlier, there's several things that get correct, but the one thing I got, these are things that were just so far on the opposite side of correct that I have to admit these things here. And I got it wrong. Najee Harris. I thought coming out of Alabama, getting drafted by your Pittsburgh Steelers and your guy Mike Tomlin. Like I thought that was a perfect fit for him. I didn't think there was a better place he can be in the NFL than a team who likes to focus on running the ball, stopping the run. They didn't have a good quarterback. He was going to be there. He was going to be the quarterback's lifeline. But when we're seeing out of Najee Harris in the 3 years he's been in the NFL, this is more Trent Richardson like than the beast or the bust. I thought he was going to be more like the bust, not Trent Richardson. And the bust I'm talking about Jerome Bettis. And I got that completely wrong. Has Najee Harris gained 1,000 yards in the 17 games that they play in his career? I don't think so. I don't think he has. Let me take a look just to make sure.
Well, I mean, this is Najee's third season, correct?
That's what I'm saying. Has he gained 1,000 yards in his 3 years in the NFL in rushing?
I mean, combined for sure. I mean,
you're combining his years.
Yeah. I mean,
well, hold on. Take it back. Let's
his first season he gained at least 1,000, right?
He was 1,200 in his first year, 1,000 last year. I mean, but 1,017 games. You know, that's not that impressive. The first year he averaged 70 yards a game, 60 yards a game, and this year has been 47 yards a game. So his yards per game is decreasing. He's 3.9 yards a carry, 3.8 yards a carry, and 3.8 yards a carry this year. So that's staying still under 4. The average is 4. He's been below average in yards per carry in his career. I got it wrong, fans. Najee Harris is not who I thought he was going to be for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not who I thought he was going to be in the NFL. The second guy I'm calling myself out on, Cleveland, is Jordan Love. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Guys, fans, when you see players get off the bus, you know, some players get off the bus, and you guys all heard the saying, "Looks like Tarzan, play like Jane." Or you see a guy, not Myles Garrett, a guy like Myles Garrett, get off the bus. You're like, oh boy, this guy's gonna be trouble. And then he gets pushed around out there like you know, a wide receiver like Jalen Waddle. You're like, wow, this isn't who I thought it was gonna be. Looking at Jordan Love in the warm-ups, pregame warm-ups, his ball is beautiful. The way he drops back, the way he sets his foot, and he brings his arm forward, his release is just so magnificent. Beautiful. Outstanding. He looks really good in uniform. Really good in uniform, fans. But in the game situation, and once they kick it off, this guy is atrocious. Jordan Love. I thought the Packers at the beginning of the season, I thought they got another one. We're gonna see another 10, 15 years of solid quarterback play from the Green Bay Packers quarterback, and Jordan Love has just been abysmal. 59 yards completion, or 59 yards, 59% completion percentage. I mean, that's terrible. That's terrible. 12 interceptions or 12 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Like every 3 times he's throwing a interception percentage is 3.1. Like that's terrible. It for his QBR quarterback rating is a 42 this season. 42 out of like 120. Like horrible. Jordan Love has been absolutely horrendous. And I'm sorry, Green Bay fans, if you're listening to me and you bought some Jordan Love stock, I apologize because I had that wrong. Cleavon, the third guy we're talking about, and again, I can only go 3 deep. I mean, I don't get a lot of things wrong, but I'm being honest with you guys, fans. These are a few things where I was just so wrong. I have to admit it. Like I was just so wrong. And looking at the game, I just can't say. I have to bring it up. I have to admit it. And that's what I'm doing tonight. This is a Voice of the Fans podcast. So thank you guys for tuning in. And here I am, fans. I'm here to say how wrong I was. And the third guy I'm talking about how wrong I was is CJ Stroud. We talked about it earlier, Cleveland. I sat on the couch I only watch college. The only reason I don't like college football in general, the only reason I watch college football is I want to see who's drafted, what players are draftable, what players do I think can make the NFL and have not just make the NFL, have some success in the NFL. That's kind of why I watch college football. I don't care about Oregon State. I don't care about Texas Tech. I don't care about Alabama. I don't care about LSU. I don't care about none of those schools. The only reason I will watch a college football game, Cleveland, is to see which one of these players can take the leap, play on Sundays, and have some and be contributors. That's the only reason I will watch college football. The only reason I would watch college football. But at the end of the season, now they got this college football tournament, this playoff system, and you got to watch the playoffs to see the best of the best, right? I saw Ohio State play, and I think I text you a few different times, Cleveland. This guy, he don't got it. He ain't got it. I was disappointed when they lost because they had a time. He had a chance to drive him down the field, and he couldn't get him down the field. I was surprised at that. For all the hubbub that he was getting coming into that game, he couldn't move them down the field and put them in position to win the game. I was like disappointed in that. But he's shown since he's been in the NFL that you're right, Cleveland. He can make all the throws, and he's been showing he's ready to make all the throws. 62% completion percentage. Cleveland, he has 14 touchdowns, 1 interception as a rookie in the NFL. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Where Jordan Love, Cleveland, has a 42% QBR. This guy's at 62%, 100% rating, 101.2 rating in the NFL as a quarterback, as a rookie in the NFL. That's freaking unbelievable. So I was wrong, Cleveland. I was wrong about Najee Harris. I was wrong about Jordan Love. I was wrong about CJ Stroud, Cleveland. Fans, you got it. I hope you guys save the tape because you won't hear me admit this stuff too often. And there's a situation that comes around where a player plays so great, so significant that I have to admit I was wrong. You see, I'm willing to do it. Cleveland, where were you wrong?
Cam, first and foremost, I was wrong about the defensive end from the aforementioned The Ohio State University and Chase Young. I thought that he would be an absolute beast by this point. The Washington Commanders decided it's not even worth the experiment any longer. We're just going to move on and get picks, and good luck to you out there, on the West Coast. Completely wrong about his ability to dominate the game, from the defensive end position. He has not been that. I was completely wrong about Russell Wilson. I thought that the Seahawks made a mistake not letting Russ cook, and that he was a focal point of the offense and a major reason that they had success over the years. And so far in Denver, He's looked
I
like
can't let you do that. I gotta defend Russell.
he's looked like
Russell didn't have the receivers, man. Russell needed
like
more
a
receivers.
punch-drunk journeyman boxer who's just waiting to get knocked out at any particular given time. So I watched him, lost a bunch of money last year, watched him come in his lime green James Bond suit with the bow tie on, like he was just gonna shut everybody up. And I don't think he's won 5 games since that game.
Since he put on a lime green?
I don't think he's won 5 games. And if so, it's only been 5 games.
Okay.
And lastly, I'm gonna take it back a few years because I know this is one of your favorites. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna skip that. You know who else I was wrong about? Tua Tagovailoa.
Oh.
I thought he was going to be injury prone.
Oh my goodness!
All over himself. Last year he had a couple of those games with the concussion issues and a little bit of fragility with regards to some of the other, wrist and thigh and those other things. But right now he is on pace to be the NFL MVP this year. I was wrong about that.
Now be serious and give us your real. Who is you going to end with for real? Give us your serious point right here. I don't think
the other one. I mean, other than Tua was as you like to bring up a lot of times. I was not high on Christian McCaffrey coming out of college. I thought he was a shell of what Reggie Bush could have been and was at SC. And so I thought if we see Reggie Bush go to the NFL and can't, be successful, I don't give a lot of confidence in the fact that Christian can go to the NFL and be successful. And he has proved me incredibly wrong.
But he still suffered some injury issues at Carolina and with the 49ers. So